You're no exception to the rule. I'm irresistible, you fool. Give in.
Your mind to have.
Make up your mind to have.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Recline yourself, resign yourself, you're through.
You're through. I always get what I aim for, and your heart and soul is what I came for. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. Take off your coat, don't you know you can't win? You're no exception to the rule. I'm irresistible, you fool. Give in. Give in. Give in, give in, give in, give in. Give in.
Every little thing you do, is it sleight of hand that commands my heart to love you? Every little movement, every motion of your hips, I feel the compulsion to breathe till my soul.
Good evening, everyone. All right. I don't know much, but I know you can do much better than that. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the annual Governor's Tourism Conference. I want to thank you for joining us tonight at our Travel and Tourism Industry Achievement Awards here in beautiful Bend, Oregon. I am Todd Davidson. I have the privilege and pleasure of serving as the CEO at Travel Oregon, and I'm also one of your hosts for this evening's awards gala. You know, we're thrilled to have you join us here for this special event that's honoring the work of our colleagues as we kick off our 2018 Governor's Conference on Tourism. We're going to begin our awards in about 15 or 20 minutes or so, but for now, relax, enjoy your dinner, enjoy the company of some of the folks at your table, maybe people that you haven't had a chance to see since last year's conference, and I'll be back up here in 15 minutes or so. Thank you. Enjoy your dinner. How has dinner been so far? I have a couple of really small housekeeping announcements, and this ought to be a little fun. I have a cell phone, and I have car keys. And I could describe these to you, but I mean, the car keys actually have one of those tile things to keep you from losing your car keys. And I'd love to see you come up here right now and claim the. I've been pushing the little tile button, and it's so. Maybe it's supposed to be alerting this cell phone that these. I don't know. The phone's not waking up. But if you've got a Samsung cell phone with a lovely little BizTag clip or BuzzTag clip on the back, which, thank you, Jacob Youngblood. If these are not claimed by the end of the night, I'm going to give them to ODMO for their auction, okay? So there'll be a car in the auction, and there'll be a cell phone. Yeah, there are. We just want to know, did the tile work? Yeah, sure. Hey, did you have a good time at the reception earlier tonight? I'm going to give a big thank you to our sponsors for that opening reception, our friends at Advance Travel and Tourism for sponsoring the reception again this year. I hope you had as good a time down there and a chance to meet a lot of folks, meet the folks from Advance Travel and Tourism. In case you didn't, be sure and stop by their booth during some of the exhibitor breaks because they've got some new and fun things that they're doing this year at their booth. So stop by during any of the exhibitor breaks and make sure you're taking part in that Oregon Trivia Contest as well. Our friends at Advance included a little video. Let's roll that video right now. Sean Sterling, are you here in the room?
Folks, we're really excited for you to come down and check out our booth tomorrow. We're flying in a special extra cheesy guy that would make Tillamook jealous. We're part of the Oregonian Media Group, and we really want to urge you to come down with your colleagues and test out your trivia bone. Swing on by. We are going to have some wine as gifts, or luggage tags, or a whole bunch of Jerry Frank books. Thanks, folks.
Well, thank you, Sean. I didn't even know I had a trivia bone. Now I do. I also want to extend a very special thank you to our awards dinner sponsor tonight, the Portland Spirit. Would you please welcome Marketing Manager Aaron Green to the stage to say a few words. Aaron, come on up.
All right, awesome. How's everyone doing? Awesome. I hope you're enjoying the steak. I'm going to make this short because I want to get back to mine. So we're honored to be here. We're honored to be the sponsor of tonight's dinner. If you haven't heard of us, you're probably not living in Oregon. We are the Portland Spirit and the Columbia Gorge Sternwheeler. We offer a bunch of different cruises, and we're just excited to be here. This is my first time here, so I'm happy, and we got a little video for you as well. So we're gonna run.
Aaron, thank you very, very much. We appreciate yours and the entire team of the Portland Spirit's support of this event. You know, there's a lot of things that are great about being an Oregonian. There's a lot of things that are great about calling this place home. The nice thing about tonight is we have a chance to pause for a minute and celebrate folks that have contributed a great deal to this industry and made it a special place to work, making Oregon a very special place to live. And as we begin those awards and we think about some of these special folks, these special organizations, I think it's also good for us to pause for a moment and think about some folks that we may not always see as being part of the travel and tourism industry, but they are Oregonians through and through, and they help take care of this place and preserve this place that we have the pleasure of calling home. And I'm specifically thinking right now about the thousands of men and women who protected lives and protected homes this year as Oregon faced one of its most devastating wildfire seasons on record. It's estimated that 665,000 acres burned in Oregon this year. 2,000 different fires were started, either human-caused or naturally caused. But my friends, there were 8,000, more than 8,000 men and women who put their lives on the line to protect homes, to protect lives, to protect this place that we call home. And I just want to pause for a moment and give us all a chance to tell them thank you. "2017 was also a year that was kind of hard because we lost some folks that are very, very near and dear to us. And we thought it appropriate this year, and perhaps every year as we move forward, to give ourselves an opportunity to just pause and reflect back on some of the folks that have now gone on before us, but have contributed so much to this industry over the years. So if you would, I would ask you to please join me in a moment of silence as we pay our respects to a few of our longtime colleagues in this industry. What an incredible impact. What a legacy that we have here in Oregon's travel and tourism industry, and what a debt we owe to these folks. So please, please join me in just kind of being able to thank them too for their lives of service and the contributions that they've made to the Oregon travel and tourism industry. Tonight we're going to celebrate a whole bunch of folks that have had significant positive impacts on the communities that they live in throughout the state. They're enhancing the impact of the travel and tourism industry. Every year we set aside this evening to celebrate Oregon leaders in the visitor industry and their accomplishments in 13 different categories. I would ask you to be prepared to be dazzled, because this year was hard to judge. There were some great projects and programs that were put into place during 2017, and we've got some stars in our midst that we're going to be able to celebrate tonight. Now, speaking of stars in our midst, I also want to introduce to you our MC for this evening. She's an Emmy Award-winning broadcast news anchor who now has a television production company. She's making on-camera appearances across the United States. She's also the host of a news show called Travel Through Adventure, a spin-off on an award-winning series that ran for 6 seasons. Join me in welcoming to our stage as our MC for tonight's awards dinner, Steph Strickland. Steph, come on up. Thank you, Steph.
So for those of you who are familiar with Portland TV news, yes, I used to be blonde, and no, I did not miss covering the Olympics. Something I like to... It's been great. It's been so fun and so rewarding to really branch out and reinvent myself as a 20-plus year news veteran, and to have the chance to work with the amazing folks at Tourism Oregon as well as at Travel Oregon, just to be a part of this event. I don't know how to communicate to you how passionate I am about the work that all of you do to showcase the gem that is Oregon. So thank you for letting me have a little bit of real estate up here with you this evening as we get ready to go through our awards. We're going to go ahead and get started with the first award, the Gene Leo Memorial Sustainable Tourism Award. Greg, why don't you go ahead and come on up here with me. Oregon's travel and tourism industry continues to honor one of its own with the Gene Leo Memorial Sustainable Tourism Award. Now, Gene Leo's contributions, and we had a chance to chat, the contributions to the industry were absolutely vast. They included heading up the Portland, Oregon Visitors Association, the Rose Festival, and the Oregon Zoo, where he told me a great story about an appearance on the Johnny Carson show selling elephant poop.
It was great zoo-doo.
It was great zoo-doo. Come on, guys. That's a marketing campaign if I've ever seen one. The business acumen, you know, elephant dung aside, was only surpassed by his great love of the outdoors. So this award honors those whose own work embodies Gene's love for Oregon's natural resources and the outdoor recreation. Tonight, we honor a planner, a Forest Service liaison, a special events coordinator, a spokesperson, a governmental affairs manager, and all-around advocate for one of the Northwest's most highly visited tourist attractions, the National Historic Landmark, Timberline Lodge.
You're here.
This person, and I was so excited when I saw this award because believe me, so deserving. This person has worked with Timberline Lodge for more than 3 decades. During his time there, he has been a tireless and ardent advocate for outdoor recreation, historic preservation, conservation, public lands, as well as sustainable tourism practices. A lot of you, I am willing to bet, have partnered with him at one point in time or another, and what we're talking about is a whole new altitude as you approach this, the Mount Hood type of altitude. He has served on the Oregon Heritage Commission, Ski Oregon, the Pacific Northwest Ski Area Association, Travel Oregon Sustainable Tourism Advisory Council, as well as being a member of the current Outdoor Recreation Initiative leadership team. He's a founding, I'm still going, guys. There's still, like, this is the resume of this gentleman. He's a founding member of the Mount Hood Transportation Alliance and is currently focused on developing regional public transportation solutions with the Mount Hood Express, something we talked about also. As a talented writer and musician, one of his favorite projects at Timberline is producing the annual Timberline Mountain Music Festival. You're applauding, this is great, right? It takes place every Labor Day. It features some of the best performers in bluegrass, folk, roots music, and it's an opportunity for Timberline to give back to the local community through a celebration of music and that incredible scenic splendor. We are honored to have Gene's brother, Greg Leo, here to present the award, and together we are pleased to present the Gene Leo Memorial Sustainable Tourism Award to our friend from the other mountain, John Tullis from Timberline Lodge.
Lights go out and I can't be saved. Tides that I tried to swim against.
I have all the feels. We're just getting started. The next award is the Oregon Tourism Development Award. The next award recognizes the creation of a really innovative program, promotion, or product that exemplifies best practices, sustainability, and creative problem solving. How does an epic 670-mile backcountry mountain bike route that spans Oregon's diverse landscapes from California to the Columbia River Gorge sound to you? It's incredible. The Oregon Timber Trail has become a world-class bike packing destination and North America's premier long-distance mountain bike route. It runs south to north. It traverses a variety of landscapes, communities, ecosystems, terrain, and most importantly, the mountain bike trails. Divided into 4 unique tiers, the trail is approachable by a wide variety of cyclists, experienced people to people like myself who probably still need trailing wheels. So if it sounds familiar to me, it might to you as well. It's sort of based off the Pacific Crest Trail model. But what sets it apart is that it's designed with mountain biking at its core and consists of more than 50% single-track trails. What's more is that the Oregon Timber Trail Alliance advocates are stewards of these particular trails. They conduct regular Sawyer trainings. They work throughout the year to help preserve and protect these trails that weave this Oregon Timber Trail together into one continuous and iconic system. The route that they created out of these existing trails not only provides visitors with an exceptional outdoor experience, but their work to maintain these trails, which is really what it's all about, ensures that the guests who visit will continue to experience Oregon in the best way possible for the years to come. I am honored to present the Oregon Tourism Development Award to the Oregon Timber Trail Alliance. Come on up, Executive Director Gabriel Amadeus Tiller.
I live for the applause, applause, applause. I live for the applause, applause, live for the applause, applause, live for the way that you cheer and scream for me. The applause, applause, applause. Give me the feeling of
Now to our third award, the Outstanding Oregon Tourism Volunteer Award. The travel and tourism industry, it's no secret, it's made up of smart, innovative, and creative staff from all parts of the state, including an incredible volunteer base who bring a valuable chapter to the tourism story. It's the folks who basically invest their time in programs or in organizations not for a paycheck, but because they are passionate about the mission. The passion that drives these volunteers to continue to do what they love has a way of really elevating all of the visitors' experiences when they come here. The Outstanding Oregon Tourism Volunteer Award recognizes the very significant commitment by an individual or a group of individuals exemplifying the outstanding contribution made by these volunteers. In the wake of the 2017 Eagle Creek fire, one person stood out as a pillar of strength, ingenuity, and resilience for her community in the Columbia River Gorge. She created a GoFundMe account to support the local volunteer firefighters who helped save the town of Cascade Locks. That account raised nearly $25,000. She wasn't done. She then created a Cascade Locks Strong campaign, an online shopping portal for people to buy gift certificates to help the businesses in Cascade Locks stay afloat when the town was shut down because of this fire. It also inspired those visitors to come back once it reopened. That site raised $20,000 for local businesses. She then joined the Governor's Fire Recovery Council to help shape the legislative support for Cascade Locks and the communities around there. The amount of support that she provides is unwavering. Oregon's tourism industry has been improved by her impact, and it will continue to do so. So tonight, in recognition and gratitude of her commitment to her community's restoration, we present the Outstanding Oregon Tourism Volunteer Award to Caroline Park from Thunder Island Brewing. No, you're not crying. I'm crying. Just amazing. Now we move on to the Oregon Heritage Tourism Award. We actually have 2 winners in this category. Let me tell you a little bit about the award first. The Oregon Heritage Tourism Award recognizes the outstanding incorporation of Oregon's authentic, cultural, or natural history as a device to draw visitors to the state. So we're going to recognize these 2 organizations that really exemplify excellence in this category. The first recipient, Oregon Black Pioneers. This nonprofit shares the stories of people who unfortunately were not always welcomed in Oregon. The history is troubled, but this organization recounts our history with thoughtfulness and inspirational perseverance for new generations. Racing to Change, their latest exhibit at the Oregon Historical Society, accomplishes the difficult task of acknowledging our tumultuous past, while also blazing paths to the future through communications and thoughtful exhibits. One of those moving stories, and listen to this, you guys, is really a story of perseverance. Jessie Mae Johnson. There's no statue for her. There's no street name celebrating her. But the late Oregon pioneer fought tirelessly for civil rights from 1944 until her death in 1977. In 1972, she was appointed to the Governor's Committee on the Status of Women, which works for economic, social, legal, and political equality for women in Oregon. Gwen Carr, board secretary of the nonprofit responsible for Racing to Change and other compelling exhibits like it, says that the hope is for visitors to feel the love for Oregon's Black pioneers, but also to draw a line to current events. Racing to Change is an incredibly powerful story, and one that's carefully crafted for children as well as adults. You'll likely leave with a deep appreciation of Oregon's Black pioneers and a wellspring of hope for the future. To honor the efforts and awareness this group has had on Oregon and the visitors who come here, we are pleased to announce the Oregon Heritage Tourism Award goes to Oregon Black Pioneers. Accepting the award on behalf of the organization is President Willie Richardson.
Hold tight when you tiptoe. Say something when you tiptoe. No breaks when you push that back. Left, right, do it just like that. Hold tight when you tiptoe. Hey yo, God bless you from behind it. One hand up like the Heisman.
Recipient number 2 is the city of Woodburn. Woodburn's multicultural population provides a really unique opportunity to celebrate, engage, and share the culturally diverse lifestyles of area residents. One such opportunity is the Fiesta Mexicana, which is a 3-day celebration of community and culture. This event began back in 1964 as a celebration to mark the end of the harvest and an expression of gratitude for the community's farmers and workers. True to its roots, today's fiesta celebrates the variety of Latino cultures in and around the surrounding area through music, dance, food, artisans, and sports. This event encapsulates Latino cultures throughout Oregon by acknowledging the critical role the Latino community members have played in Oregon for decades. This year marks the 55th anniversary of the Fiesta Mexicana, which has grown into one of the premier heritage events in Oregon. In fact, the Oregon Festival and Event Association named it the best cultural event in the state in 2010. The Fiesta Mexicana also has the distinct honor of being listed as an Oregon Heritage Tradition event, a designation only given to events that have operated for more than 50 years and represents what it means to be a true Oregonian. The event is widely advertised on Spanish television and radio and draws in people from all over the Portland metro area. To honor the efforts and the impact this group has had on Woodburn and the surrounding areas, we are very pleased to announce the Oregon Heritage Tourism Award goes to the city of Woodburn, and accepting the award on behalf of the city is Mayor Kathy Figley.
Despacito, quiero respirar tu cuello despacito. Deja que te diga cosas al oído, para que te acuerdes si no estás conmigo. Despacito, quiero desnudarte a besos despacito. Firmo las paredes de tu laberinto y hacer de tu cuerpo todo un manuscrito.
And now to the International Sales and Development Award. This award recognizes excellence in creative sales, marketing, and development of Oregon as a destination in the international marketplace. I'm actually familiar with this campaign. It's so genius. The Dutch market has long been identified as a key international market. So how does Oregon tap into that in a meaningful way that then engages people's behavior to come here? Enter the #1 reality show in the Netherlands as one of the most watched shows on Dutch television. It's called Wie is de Mol, or Who is the Mole? It's the best I could do, guys. It draws an average of 2.3 million views per episode. So, the state pitched and pitched and pitched. Come on, guys, consider filming here in Oregon. Well, the reality production crew decided to film the 2017 series here, which marked the first time the producers filmed the show in the United States. It's such a popular concept. So you basically have celebrities, people who are well known, competing on assignments where they collectively earn money, with one person being the mole, a double agent. The goal of the participants is to figure out who is the mole while not getting themselves removed in some of the elimination rounds. There was actually a spinoff, for some of you guys, if you know this, with Anderson Cooper. The show didn't do nearly as well here as it did there. But that's okay, because that was our goal, was to reach in over there. So this 2017 Dutch series featured 10 one-hour-long episodes shown in prime time that featured Portland, Oregon City, Willamette Falls, Trillium Lake, the Oregon coast, Pendleton, Hermiston, Fort Rock State Park, Bend, and many other locations. It was huge. It was huge for Travel Portland, and just the extraordinary opportunity to meet the goal to raise awareness of Portland and Oregon as a desirable year-round location. You can now find episodes on travelportland.com, where they have turned Dutch viewers into Dutch visitors. These folks can then follow along in the contestants' footsteps. They can experience the great food, the drink, and the activities. They can go check out the Hawthorne Bridge, the Baghdad Theater, Pittock Mansion, Willamette Falls, Oaks Amusement Park, you name it, to include Powell's. Love Powell's. The later episode guides also covered the cowboy country of eastern and central Oregon. They went out to the Pendleton Roundup, Oregon Trail wagon ruts, ghost towns, Cascade Mountains, lava fields, all of the scenic rivers and the things that make this part of our state so incredibly gorgeous. But this is the statistic that I want you guys to pay attention to. The total broadcast and online viewership was more than 41 million Dutch views of our state as a place where they want to be. In recognition of their exemplary partnership in international sales, we present the International Sales and Development Award to Travel Portland, and accepting the award, Billy Mosier and Karen Vehover. Come on up. And now to the Outstanding Oregon PR Program Award. So an effective public relations campaign can really shape and grow the positive reputation of an organization and, as we're discussing, inspire people to come and take action by coming to visit. The value of that all-important earned third-party endorsement cannot be underestimated. It really does impact a business's bottom line. So this award celebrates the best domestic PR program that resulted in quality earned media coverage and inspired travel to Oregon. This award will recognize perhaps the first and only emergency response organization to utilize poetry to ensure that everyone visiting Oregon for the total solar eclipse would not only have a good experience, but that their experience would be so good they would want to come back. They made this their objective. Visitors and residents will be prepared to have a safe and enjoyable experience viewing the eclipse, and they'll want to visit again in the future. It was August 21st, 2017. My husband, my child, and I had driven out in our travel trailer, and we found our spot along with tens of thousands of other people. This organization had time to plan, but really there was no precedent for anything like this in the United States. So there was a lot of analysis that had to go on before they could determine what they needed to do. The Oregon Department of Transportation recognized the potential crises that could occur when hundreds of thousands of people show up all at once to this eclipse swath, which was, I think, 350 miles long, 60 miles wide, and everybody packed in there. I remember driving by some of the tent cities that sprung up just in absolute awe of sharing this moment with so many strangers and so many people who were so enthusiastic. So listen, this team came together with the Governor's Regional Solutions team to help ensure a couple of things. Prepare the people, do not scare the people. So here's what their goal was. And think about this in the context of just the volume of people and traffic management. Traffic backups post-eclipse will not exceed 3 times normal congestion for more than 8 consecutive hours. 0 people will die in an eclipse-related traffic accident. They did succeed, I'll just spoiler alert. No one died. Eclipse visitors will start 0 wildfires. Hospital visits will be proportional to what would be expected for the size of the crowd. So ODOT did a couple of things really well. They talked about keeping Oregon moving, and this was actually a message that worked on us. We had a plan based on this messaging, which was arrive early, stay put, leave late. Also things like keep healthy, stay cool, stay hydrated, keep yourself safe, no campfires, no fireworks, keep Oregon safe. You see something, you say something. So ODOT then had to take all of that analysis and the messaging and then go train county and city emergency managers for all of the best practices, basically simulating the days around the eclipse with real-life events taking place only a month later. 5 days before the eclipse, because people got the message to arrive early, the first trickle of visitors arrived, so they opened the statewide multi-agency coordination center to manage 12 local joint information centers around the state. Everyone was responsible for messaging in this case. It was incredibly well choreographed for the scope and scale of it, and a lot of people did exactly what we did, which was stay put and just decide we could leave a little bit later. It was a win across the board. This is what I love, because I know the Oregonians over here somewhere. Newspapers rarely compliment state government in their editorials. But the Oregonian did. The article was titled, "Oregon Shines After Solar Eclipse," stating it wasn't just state and local officials who deserved the praise. Visitors came prepared, and they came patient. Other newspapers made comments as well. And guess what? ODOT, classy, put out a press release thanking everybody else for being a part of the ride, when really you guys did a lot of the heavy lifting. So it is an honor to present the Outstanding Oregon PR Program Award to a gentleman I worked with in TV news many moons ago. Come on up, Dave Thompson with ODOT.
I'm so fancy. You already know I'm in the fast lane. From LA to Tokyo, I'm so fancy. Can't you taste this gold? Remember my name to blow.
I said, baby, I do this. I thought that you knew this. Can't stand no haters and honest. The truth is that my flow, HB did the party.
And now we have the Outstanding Oregon Social Media Program Award. Social media, no secret, is a very powerful tool. It can inspire travelers to decide to come here. It allows various organizations to directly communicate and message to the people who are going to spend their dollars here in really creative ways. So the beauty of social media is you can also use it, as we know, in real time to educate the traveler before they arrive and while they're here. So this award celebrates the best international or domestic social media program that engages and inspires travel here. Over the past 12 months, the Newport Aquarium has made several really, you're applauding, I'm right there with this, and we've got a video coming up, so you'll like this. They've made these incredible, impactful changes to their content. They engage with their fan base on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter daily. Okay, well, how so? The messaging is really unique. So there, of course, is the educational component. They're talking about Oregon's coastal ecosystems. They're encouraging responsible travel, but also saying, hey, come visit. So they created this mix of content that is entertaining as well as educational. And then it does inspire people to come visit. So, for example, over the past year, they have actually produced a video on how to properly and safely use a drone on the Oregon coast while not disturbing wildlife. They also talked about those little pink tubes that washed up on Oregon beaches. What were those things? What were those? What about those blue jellies? Do you remember those? Yeah, right, they get everywhere. You're like, what is going on? They realized that this was a teachable moment for people and then say, hey, by the way, stop by the aquarium. What is a Smurf doing in the ocean? Why do we even care about this? But my favorite is the octopus taking a bath. Boy, that was a hit. They loved that. A 19% fan growth is what they saw on their Facebook and an 86% growth on their Instagram account. And guess what? People love an octopus grooming itself. 340,000 people tuned in to watch this giant Pacific octopus groom itself. I'm going to take a minute and watch myself. They're perhaps one of my most favorite creatures. So those of you who were here last year may remember the Intrepid team who picked up their award for outstanding advertising because one recipient was such a trooper, he wouldn't let anything stop him from coming here. He apparently tore his ACL. You can see the pictures up there. They had really given him a lot of pain meds, and yet he persevered and he showed up and he was ready to accept that award. Yeah, right? We are pleased to present the Outstanding Oregon Social Media Program Award to the Oregon Coast Aquarium. Accepting the award is the Director of Marketing, Lance Beck, the Events Manager, Jason King, and the Public Relations Coordinator, Sally Compton. Come on up, you guys.
Girls, what y'all trying to do? 24 karat magic in the air. Head to toe so clear. Look out. Second verse for the hustlers, gangsters, bad bitches and your ugly ass friends. I cannot preach, I cannot preach. I gotta show them how a pimp get it in. First, take your sip, do your dip, spend your money like money ain't shit. Ooh, ooh, we too fresh. Got to blame it on Jesus. Hashtag blessed. They ain't ready for me.
And now to the Outstanding Oregon Visitor Guide Award. The travel industry has always excelled at creating content that not only inspires travel, but provides a lot of insider tips and practical information for your trip planning. Today, destinations and businesses tell their own stories through narratives, videos, and really stunning imagery. This award celebrates the best domestic or international visitor guide that inspires travel to Oregon. To better reflect the inspiring nature of their brand, Visit Bend began production in early 2017 for a new adventure journal. And this is really great as I run through these ideas. They wanted to replace the sort of traditional visitor guide, which everyone here you can kind of tick off in your mind what that looks like. So the first thing they did is they cleaned it up. They made it simplified. They then tackled the photography and the copy very carefully, trying to craft things to inspire and excite people while also being more environmentally friendly. The result is in a finished piece that feels truly more like a coffee table book. They did this all in-house. The team redesigned the entire guide. The staff handled the layout and the copywriting. Their VP of marketing, who happens to be an award-winning photographer, worked collaboratively with a carefully chosen pool of local photographers to ensure that the guide's imagery conveyed the sort of breathtaking, awe-inspiring beauty that this city is known for. The photographers focused on different subjects and types of photography, jaw-dropping landscapes, as well as really good shots of food. Every time I see that, I'm like, I'm going there. And they put all this together, right, to make this a part of the process. So the new copy does reflect an industry shift towards shorter, catchier headlines, spirited phrasing, a little bit of humor. There are entire sections in there devoted to sustainable tourism, encouraging visitors to the leave no trace practices. They eliminated 75% of the advertising, only allowing a very small number of hand-selected full-page ads. And then to keep with this notion of sustainable tourism, they offered 5 full-page ads free of charge to nonprofits who keep Bend special. So Discover Your Forest, Oregon Natural Desert Association, the Deschutes River Conservancy, among others. They got rid of those busy grid pages where you're looking at hotels and restaurants and everything. They simplified that. And what that does, but think about it, how quickly does that stuff become out of date? And now you're tasked with something where you have to update it. By scrapping that and shifting that messaging, they were able to really allow this particular publication to continue on moving forward. They also went with fancy like matte pages, no more glossy, and it's very, very modern in its approach. My favorite part of it is there is a tear-out map. There's also a tear-out Ale Trail Atlas. I thought, that's really smart. So people love it. They're hanging on to it. So in recognition of the captivating local voice and photography that collectively tells the story of their city, we present the Outstanding Oregon Visitor Guide Award to Visit Bend, and accepting the award tonight is President and CEO Kevney Dugan. Come on up.
Coming down, but it's you who have further to fall.
And now to the Outstanding Oregon Advertising Award. This next award recognizes above par advertising communication regardless of budget size. Great advertising, of course, has a point of view. It answers the questions. What makes you unique? What do you stand for? What problem are you trying to solve? Tonight's recipient answers these questions in a simple and very engaging creative campaign. The simple idea? Highlight what Union County has to offer. And what came of it is really breathtaking and beautiful. Union County, Oregon is a wonderful place to visit. It's a wonderful place to call home. And seeing that conveyed in a video really took it to the next level. It's called the You'll See Union County video. And it was designed as a social media campaign to drum up county spirit as well as inspire people outside the area to come visit. So they included elements like what to do, where to explore, who to meet, how to play, and the imagery of it was a very, very sort of strong and vibrant take on everything. Then they went ahead and they did some paid Facebook promotion where the chamber then surpassed 100,000 views between the 4 videos they produced. And the beauty of this is they produce those videos in a way that then allows them to retool them into commercials for the years to come as they highlight the core of what Union County has to offer. Take a look at this video. present the Outstanding Oregon Advertising Award to the Union County Chamber of Commerce. Accepting this award on behalf of the Chamber, we have the Commerce Director, Bob Kavanaugh, Will Bowman, the Senior Producer of Media Services, as well as Brent Clapp of Brent Clapp Media Services. Come on up.
I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling, so just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. Ooh, it's something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing.
Is it Union County?
I don't need no reason.
Message received. I saw them taking selfies with that. I said, did it turn out? He goes, yeah. That's good. Good, good. All right, our next award is the Outstanding Oregon Website Award. This is a destination that's undergone a massive website rebuild, utilizing the best industry practices in design, technology, strategy, and content, to visually inspire the visitor to look deeper into the offerings of Oregon's Mount Hood territory was the most important concept in this. But right. It's also about search engine optimization, okay? That's so important. So how do you create a content-based website that will then contribute to SEO by giving search engines more content to catalog so it can then choose to put it in front of more people? It's got to be full of quality links and good information. Then you can turn that around and begin to push out some of that content on Facebook and Instagram by giving Mount Hood Territory's marketing team the ability to develop and share niche-specific content to key markets and key demographics. You also have to engage the mobile user. 60% of the visitors to MountHoodTerritory.com do so through mobile. So the philosophy that they took then redesigning the mobile aspect was to make it more attractive and make it easier for people to search for content while on their phones. Once they initiated all of those changes, the conversion rate for mobile users increased to 10% with a marketable spike in visits to the places to stay and the things to do pages, leading to 2,394 more visitors to partner websites as well as social media channels when compared to 2016. We're not done there yet. MountHoodTerritory.com not only redesigned itself with an eye towards aesthetics, but also with a lot of changes in functionality. So if you're looking at that particular site for the first time, you feel pretty inspired by the content that they're producing there, and you'll actually spend more time digging into the layers. And you learn more, and then you're more inspired to stick around when you travel longer. So in recognition of their strong new website presence, we are proud to present the Outstanding Oregon Website Award to Oregon's Mount Hood Territory, and accepting on behalf is webmaster Dan Gehring, web developer Dusty Droz, and marketing manager Jeannie Brashears. Come on up.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, thunder. Kids were laughing in my classes while I was scheming for the masses. Who do you think you are? Dreaming about being a big star. They say you're basic, they say you're easy, you're always riding.
Now to the Outstanding Overall Oregon Marketing Program Award. Integrated marketing really surrounds the visitor through the vacation planning process, from dreaming and inspiration to concrete planning, booking, and visiting. This award celebrates the best integrated domestic or international overall marketing program that attracted people to Oregon. In August 2017, the Willamette Valley Visitors Association began a promotional campaign at the San Jose Airport in order to bring the Oregon wine country experience to life for travelers. This was an immersive and creative, impactful display and promotion that was designed to bring people here so they could enjoy what's going on in our fantastic wine country. So how did they do it? Well, they had these custom cuts of acrylic discs that they then assembled in layers along a steel beam in the shape of an Oregon Pinot Noir bottle. In between the acrylic discs were 4 storytelling zones that each tell the story of Oregon wine country with these unique miniatures set behind reveal windows. It was 14 feet, weighed more than 500 pounds, which is totally my type of wine bottle, and the display made a huge impression on people as they passed by. They put it in a key high-traffic area of the airport, right by the Alaska Airlines terminal, which conveniently has flights to PDX and Eugene, and also offers that Oregon Wine Flies Free promotion. The display also had an iPad so people could get additional information. There was a sweepstakes component with there too. So the installation reached 660,000 travelers at the airport during its 8-week activation, with more than 3,880 people entering to win an Oregon Wine Country Dream Getaway. So in addition to reaching all those people, then they did a targeted media buy on Facebook and Instagram, which then reached an additional 153,880 visitors, which they then tracked back to 5,282 active engagements. They got 5,000 total clicks through organic promotion on the Willamette Valley Visitors Association social and website channels. So we are thrilled to celebrate this association's outstanding overall Oregon marketing program. Please help me congratulate Willamette Valley Visitors Association and accepting on their behalf Jeannie Brashears, Natalie Inoue, Jimmy Lucht, and Becca Barnhart. Come on up.
Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some nigga in it. Take a sip, sign the check. Julio, get the stretch. Right to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we gon' show up.
And now to the Oregon Tourism Leadership Award. Within the industry are individuals championing the value of tourism, whose vision and commitment help make our communities, our tourism regions, create a state that is a stronger visitor destination, and whose leadership behind the scenes contributes significantly to the recognition and impact that Oregon's travel and tourism industry has. This leader has dedicated 30 years to our industry, working consistently at the local, regional, and state level. She has served on countless boards and committees. She has ridden every Oregon scenic bikeway and driven the byways. While earning her degree in leisure studies and services, she also worked in housing and conference services at the University of Oregon and in the wine tasting room at Hinman Vineyards. She was a key staff member of the event team for the World Veterans Championships in 1989 that landed nearly 5,000 athlete participants, after which she took a full-time position at Travel Lane County, where she's worked in several capacities, becoming the Vice President of Tourism Marketing in 2000. Still not done. Throughout her long tenure at Travel Lane County, Natalie Inoue You come up here. You come up here. You stand right here next to me. Hang on to that. I'm going to make her stand here while I continue to read the accolades, because what you have done is nothing short of fantastic. Listen to this. So you have consistently served in a leadership capacity for Willamette Valley Visitors Association. You also served on the Oregon Coast Visitors Association Marketing Committee. You're a past president of the Oregon Destination Marketing Organization. You chaired, I'm not done, you chaired the Oregon Scenic Bikeways Committee. You served on the Oregon Outdoor Recreation Initiative leadership team. You are consistently involved in so many local organizations. You sit on committees in Oak Ridge, Westford, Cottage Grove, Crestwell, Florence, along the Mackenzie River corridor. You regularly attend Oregon Tourism Commission meetings and Regional Destination Management Organization meetings, and you are instrumental in doing all these things. And people say that you work behind the scenes tirelessly. You don't do it for the glory and for the recognition, and I know I'm going to cry, but I just I just applaud you. I applaud everything that you stand for and what you've done for this industry, and all these people standing out here clearly agree with me.
Girls, what y'all trying to do? 24 karat magic in the air. Head to toe so clear. Look out. Second verse for the hustlers, gangsters, bad bitches and your ugly ass.
Now,
Can I preach?
yeah, you heard that too. It's not, it's not the clean version of that song, is it? I'm giving Todd Davidson a minute over there before I have him come back on stage to present the final award. Again, what an honor to be here with you fine folks this evening. My name's Stephanie Strickland, and it's been a real pleasure, and you guys are doing just absolutely incredible work. Todd, why don't you come back on up to present the final award of the evening? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Steph Strickland, everybody. Thank you. And Steph, thanks for buying me a little extra time. I've known Natalie a long time. I remember when she was an intern at what was then called the Eugene Springfield Convention and Visitor Bureau, and she was a U of O intern for them. And to see how far she's come and to see what she's accomplished and is just a good person right to the core. So Natalie, congratulations on your award. As Steph mentioned, this brings us to our final award of the evening. This is the one that we consider the pinnacle of achievement in Oregon's travel and tourism industry. It's our Governor's Tourism Award. This highly valued honor represents the culmination of Oregon's travel and tourism industry's deep appreciation for long-time commitment, accomplishment, and service by an individual or individuals who have enhanced the Oregon visitor experience and elevated the travel and tourism industry here in Oregon. And while Governor Kate Brown could not be with us tonight, she does send her regrets and has asked that Jason Lewis Berry and I present this award on her behalf. If you don't know Jason, Jason is Governor Brown's Jobs and the Economy Policy Advisor and the director of her regional solution teams. And he would like to share a letter from Governor Brown to honor this year's Governor's Tourism Award recipient. Jason, please join me here on stage.
Thanks, Todd, and good evening. It is my honor to represent Governor Kate Brown tonight and announce the winner of the Governor's Tourism Award. So I have a letter that we will present to the winner, and I'm going to try to hold you in suspense for as long as possible, though I suspect many of you will figure it out before I'm done. Dear winner, your selfless service to the Oregon travel and tourism industry for the last 25 years has positioned your region and the entire state as a premier global travel destination. Your vision and management of your region has left a legacy that will serve Oregon well into the future. Under your tenure, total direct visitor spending in your region increased from $237 million to over $850 million, and total direct employment has increased from 4,400 to over 9,000 jobs. You advocated for increased air service to your local airport and opened Central Oregon to the world as a great ski destination, all while raising your son and serving the state of Oregon as a member, vice chair, and chair of the Oregon Tourism Commission for the past 8 years. Today, Central Oregon is on the map as an amazing year-round destination, attracting an increasing number of international visitors and organizations looking for a unique venue at which to host meetings and conferences. For some, Central Oregon is a place for recreation, but for the 9,000 plus Central Oregonians who work in the tourism industry every day, It is also a place to live, love, and leave for future generations to enjoy. Now, before I read the official citation, we also have some other folks besides the governor who want to recognize our winner, so I believe we have a video to roll.
From one Oregonian to another, congratulations, Alana, on 25 years of service and economic growth in the Central Oregon area. My family's been to Bend. My parents have a house in Sun River. My grandparents did when I was growing up. We used to go up and ski and hang out all over the place up there. So thank you for all your hard work, and congratulations again.
Hi, Alana. Congratulations on your award tonight. We want to wish you the best. Hope you're having a great time.
Yeah, Alana, congratulations. We wish we were there with you to celebrate, but we're here in beautiful San Francisco, so we'll celebrate with you when we return.
Congratulations, Alana. We love you.
And now for the official citation from Governor Brown. For these accomplishments, it is my distinct pleasure to award you the 2017 Governor's Tourism Award for a career of selfless service and devoted leadership to the industry you love and that loves you back. You exemplify innovation, collaboration, and passion that put Oregon on the global stage. We are forever grateful. Please join me in congratulating Alana Houston.
I feel glorious, glorious. Got a chance to start again. I was born for this, born for this. It's who I am, I couldn't forget. I made it through the darkest part of the night, and now I see the sunrise. Now I feel glorious, glorious. I feel glorious, glorious.
I'm feeling glorious. The crib looking victorious. You know that we've been going since we hopped out that DeLorean. On guard, things are just things. They don't make you who you are. Can't pack up a U-Haul and take it with you when you're gone. We posted on the porch, my family's glasses to the stars. My grandma smiling down on me like, whoop, that boy got bars. Okay, okay, yes I do. I said amen and hallelujah. Let me testify to another morning. A morning won't let self get in my way. I got my breath, I got my faith, and I remember why I came.
So shocking that I'm never at a loss for words, but it is a moment to say thank you to everyone in this room. It has been a great ride, 25 years of blessings, and I wouldn't change a minute of it. So to all of you that are going to continue in the trenches, and I will be on the periphery cheering you on and hopefully lending a hand in some way or another, I'm deeply, deeply appreciative. Thank you so much.
I feel glorious, glorious. Got a chance to start again. I was born for this, born for this. It's who I am, I couldn't forget. I made it through the darkest part of the night, and now I see the sunrise. Now I feel glorious, glorious. I feel glorious, glorious.
I'm feeling glorious. The crib looking victorious. You know that we've been going since we hopped out that DeLorean.
By the way, Alana, just so you know, we snuck your family in. They're over here in the wings. We snuck your family in so they could be here tonight while you received your award. I really love this industry. I do. Well, my friends, that brings us to the close of our annual awards banquet, our first night here at our annual Governor's Tourism Conference. Before we all head across the street, because the night is still young, before we head across the street to the Currents building for tonight's after party, the River House has asked me to remind all of you to don't do as I do as I say, and don't cross the busy road. Please take the path that takes you under the road and head over to Currents that way. Tomorrow morning, like I said, the night is young, or the morning will come quickly, or painfully, or I don't know. But at 6:30 tomorrow morning, for the masochists in the room, you're invited to join the Fun Runner Walk. Like, that'll be fun. 6:30 in the morning. Just meet in the River House Hotel lobby. It will be fun. Who's going on the Fun Runner Walk in the morning? I know you're out there. It will be fun. These are fun people. They will probably not go to bed. Okay, just know that about them. All right. And then for everybody else, if you're not going on the Fun Runner Walk, we will be back in this room tomorrow morning. It's going to be a buffet-style breakfast. We will open that buffet at 7 if you'd like to come over early for breakfast. The morning session is going to start promptly at 8 o'clock. So give yourself enough time to get over here, get through the buffet, have a seat, and we'll start the program at 8 o'clock. Again, I'd like to thank our friends at Advanced Travel and Tourism for sponsoring the opening reception, and the Portland Spirit for sponsoring the awards dinner. And please join me in giving one more round of applause to Alana, to Natalie, and to all of our award recipients tonight. Thank you all for joining us. I'll see you across the street at Currents. And we still have the cell phone up here, okay?